In this video, I want to talk about monasticism. Why do people become monks or nuns? Myself, in the year 2000, I have decided to follow the monastic path. I have become a junior monk. I start to follow the rules and regulations of monastic life. And then since then till now, I am following this monastic lifestyle. So in the present world, the question arises, why on earth you want to become a monk? What kind of loser are you? Are you running from the world? Why are you not enjoying the pleasures of life? Why you are not making money, making business, and enjoying good materialistic life? So indeed, today it is a very rare choice. So for me, this choice was, I don't know why I have become a monk. I think it was a calling from inside. I was very dissatisfied with my life and with not really with my life, but with what the world has to offer. I looked at my classmates in the university, and they were so content and happy, and they had dreams. We will finish the university, we will find a job, and we will work a lot, we will build house, we will travel the world, we will find a wife, like this. So very normal kind of aspirations. And when I examined my inner feelings about those aspirations, I felt like I'm not inspired. I don't want to have a house, I don't want to have a wife, I don't want to travel the world. And what do I want? I don't know what I want. But I want to live a life of purpose. That my life has some kind of meaning. That my life should not just I live and then I disappear and nothing have happened. So I didn't know what should I do, but I was internally unhappy and internally dissatisfied. I remember one day I was doing some physical work and I got very tired. I was with a shovel, I was just, throwing the coal. And then I stood like this with the shovel, a little bit resting, leaning on the shovel like this. And then I was thinking, what shall I be in my life? What I should become? Should I finish my university? And then when I searched my soul, I heard this inner voice. I will become a monk. Just out of the blue, out of nothing. It's like, what? Why? Why should I become a monk? That was a very strange thought in me. And there was a lot of resistance inside. No. Means I will have to give up this. There was lots of resistance. But true enough, after 3 years already, I started to follow a monastic lifestyle. So for me, it was just inner calling. Something was guiding me from within. Historically, civilizationally, the institutions of monasticism played extremely crucial role, at least in the Western world, like in the European world, and then later from Europe, the Western civilization came to USA, to Australia, etc., etc. So here in Europe, the monasticism played an extremely critical role. After the collapse of the Roman civilization, institutional collapse, that structure, that civilization was upheld by monasticism. The monks, they were writing down the scriptures of the ancient world, all the philosophers, the Aristotle, the Plato, and Socrates. 90% of that was copied and preserved by the monasteries. The monasteries have become the center of learning. The monasteries have been counterbalanced to the feudal structure of the society, where there is no law, there is just, the authoritarian kind of leadership of the powerful warlord. The monks, they opposed that, and they created some kind of order and structure and rule and obedience to the higher ideal. So the monks, they strived for the higher ideals, humanitarian ideals. You know, now obviously I'm talking about the Christian monks. And but I'm not a Christian monk. I'm a yogic monk, more of the Indian origin ideologically. But the idea of the monasticism is very central for everyone. What is that idea? It is the idea of service. What is my life for? I want to promote the welfare of humanity, of all living world. I want to promote culture. I want to promote science. I want to promote human rights, and so on and so on. And second thing, monasticism stands for the liberation of the soul. So these two dual ideals, to liberate your soul from anger, from lust, from greed, from jealousy, from attachment, from fear, from doubt, from hatred, and so on. So that internal liberation and internal realization and the fulfillment of the inner bliss is the first goal. And second goal is to serve the entire humanity. Today, what has happened? Today, this institution of monasticism almost completely collapsed. Because the focus of our entire civilization, we moved before with this idea that second generation should live better than us. Betterment of society, betterment of humanity. And there was a very, very steady progress. And today the focus of civilization has moved to attainment of personal happiness. But it is a trap. In this way you cannot attain happiness. Human being is built in such a way that we are truly happy when we serve, when we leave behind the legacy, when we create something great for other people. So today is a time, my spiritual teacher, he said, it is the crucial juncture. You come at the crossroads. You choose the way where you are going. So civilization, it looks like civilization has already chosen the path of degeneration. Means the path of an egocentric, meaningless, purposeless existence, where at the center is just your personal happiness. So when I was young, internally, I was deeply unhappy about that choice. That choice was not mine. That choice was imposed on me by society, by media, by the so-called culture around me. But internally, I knew this is wrong. This is not what I want to do. I want to live my life for the betterment of myself, and I want to live my life for betterment of society. I want to serve other beings. So I feel the monasticism still has a great role to play in our civilization. I feel the monasticism has a role in saving the civilization, which has done the turn civilizationally, ideologically. We have gone into the wrong direction. So I feel that monasticism plays the central role in saving civilization, in returning the civilization its spirit, in returning the civilization its soul. So, why I'm talking all of this? I am conducting the monastic training for 7 days. You don't have to make any commitments. You don't have to become a monk. But you can imbibe the spirit of monasticism. It doesn't matter what you do later on. Maybe you like monastic life, and maybe you can continue. Oh, let me live another week like this. Let me live another month like this. Or maybe you will come back to society. Maybe you will choose to have a married life. But you can imbibe the spirit of monasticism, the fire, monastic fire. And being at your home, you can still continue moving ahead with that higher idea and higher ideal. And then your life can be very, very meaningful. From my subjective observation, I used to be a very depressed person. At 18 years old, I used to write very, very depressive poetry. Like later on, I just burned it into the. I read. I was like, oh my God, what is a kind of sick mind? And I took all my, the block notes, the notebook, and I put it into the oven and I burnt it because I didn't want that to continue. That was totally uninspiring, totally depressive. But from the moment I found the path that I can be meaningful in society, that my life can be meaningful, my life can be blissful. When I found the practices in which I can go inside and connect with the infinite source of bliss, that depression is no more. And I think this 30 years of my practice is extremely happy and extremely blissful. I think that was the best choice of my life. So I invite you to have the taste of that experience. And in 7 days, we can teach you spiritual practices, meditation. You will yourself understand what is bliss. What is bliss? What is really happiness which doesn't depend on anything external? By sitting with the closed eyes and doing something very interesting technique, you will go inside and touch with the infinite bliss inside of you. Not only bliss, also knowledge inside of you. We will teach you different conduct rules, how to organize your day in such a way that you have lots of motivation, lots of energy, that you are always living a life of purpose. We will give you this very, very special routine of life. And most of all, we will give you the support, because it is very difficult to do it alone. But when you are in collective, you can do it. 7 days of monastic life. So please come and I will train you with care, with love, and with all the knowledge, with all the experience that I have. Thank you very much. Write in the comments what you think about the monastic life. Do you think that was meaningful for our human civilization and for the institutions? You can Google it out also. How important was the monasticism in our civilization? You can see the link below. From the 23rd of February for the 2nd of March, we conduct a special training. And not only I explained to you what is going to be, but it is going to be in a very historic and very vibrated place in our yoga monastery, which is the very place you come here, you feel such a beautiful silence and you feel such a inspiring atmosphere. So yeah, see you there.